afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon, Ms. Grant.
So this is our second team meeting, and I want to make sure that we review our roles. So Ms. Mingo, if you will take notes again and take our meeting minutes, and Ms. Johnson, if you'll be our facilitator and make sure that we stay on track. Don't get off topic. We're missing Ms. Fournier today.
Okay.
Which she would normally be our timekeeper, so I'm going to try to do double duty today.
Okay.
Who would like to read our objectives?
By the end of our meeting, team members will be able to explain how the 4 drivers of DDI will guide our work with student data at Carver High School and ultimately impact student achievement. By the end of our meeting, team members will preview and collaborate to revise our Carver High English Data Cycle calendar. By the end of our meeting, team members will utilize standards level and item level analysis to action plan to address 3 focus level standards that are growth areas for our students.
Okay, are there any questions about the objectives?
No, I think we understand that quite well.
DDI is data-driven instruction.
Yeah.
So if we say DDI, that's what we're referring to. We're going to begin, I'm going to just preview the meeting agenda. We have our group norms. We're going to do a little bit of a role play. We're going to talk about the 4 drivers of DDI. We're going to look at a preliminary data cycle calendar. We're going to do some standards and item level analysis, and I know you both have already gotten started with that a little bit. Action planning. It's good to look at the data, but what are we going to actually do with it? We're going to review our action minutes from last time, and then we'll have our meeting evaluation. So for group norms, we neglected to do our group norms on last time.
Okay.
I knew our meeting ended early. So in thinking about data, we want our group norms to have to do with data and how we deal with data. So what could be a norm?
What might be a norm?
What would you suggest for one of our group norms?
Probably our group norms. I guess we would maybe select one of the GLEs and maybe place them in a deciding which area we would like to identify, like vocabulary. That might be one of our areas that we want to place.
So be results oriented?
Be results oriented. That would work for us.
Okay. I would add, that this is a safe environment, for us to collaborate. It's not a finger pointing environment, or your data looks like this environment, but we really need to feel comfortable with one another and trust each other to be able to talk through what do these scores mean and what can we do.
Okay.
So
I like the idea of us meeting in different classes each time.
Yeah, that's why I try to switch it up in a team.
Okay.
So meeting in team members, environments, and classroom.
Or maintain a team environment. Okay. And I would add just stay focused on students, focus on student achievement. Let's keep that the focus, the goal in all of our conversation. All right. So we did that. Yeah, we forgot last time we were supposed to establish our group norms. Okay, so to kind of our icebreaker, we have a data talk role play. And we can do this seated. And since there's 3 of us out, we'll switch out roles. So there are 2 types of teachers. Well, we know there's 1,000. But there are 2 types of teachers. There's teacher 1 and there's teacher 2. So teacher 1 is frustrated by poor results but driven to improve them. Aware that mistakes are his or her own fault, very willing to talk but respectful. The principal drives the conversation, won't say much or interrupt, will talk as much as the principal lets him or her. Deep analysis of root problems and concrete action plans. So there's the example that we would talk about in the role play. Teacher 2 is reticent. And English teachers in here. I can't even say I'm an English teacher. Reticent. It's not in my vocabulary.
Conversation.
She's reticent to the conversation. She talks the minimal required without being passive aggressive. The principal asks for a more detailed answer. He or she does his or her best to give one, often falling into excuses. These results are okay, but not great. I don't know why the kids didn't do better. They just made stupid mistakes. They know this stuff. When I ask them in class, they get it right. I did this in class and tested it on. I explained it again, they got it wrong. There's not much more I could do. So we're not going to use the exact same words, but you know, you get the gist.
Yeah.
Teacher
There are two
A,
different kinds of
teacher
teachers.
B.
Okay.
So let's switch roles. I want y'all to be the principal and I'll be the teacher each time. How about that?
Okay.
So which role play would you like to do?
Which one would I like to do? I guess I'll try to do two. Would you like to do two and I take one?
Okay, so you're
well, I'll do two. I'll do the principal for doing two. And I'm going to question you, Ms. Grant. Ms. Grant, I noticed that the students did not do very well on the objective that was given to them while I was evaluating you the other day. You went right past them. You didn't try and stop to find out what may have happened or what questions they may have had.
Okay, well, not evaluation. We're talking just about the data.
Oh, okay, about the data.
You noticed the scores didn't look too good.
Oh, okay. So that's you want me to say that. All right, the scores on, say, the benchmark. The benchmark was not up to par. Everyone in your class didn't pass. I mean, I noticed that there were only 3 students who went towards approaching basic, and none of your students passed the objectives that were on the test. Could you tell me what went wrong?
Well, I think they did okay. I mean, I taught ratio, proportion, and measurement many times. I don't know. I'm upset they didn't do better.
Have you thought about reteaching this particular objective or some of those objectives? Because after all, the data that was given to those children, I mean, well, we know that the data has to improve. We know that in order for them to do or improve on anything for the school, or say our improvement scores of the school, you must get them to work a little bit more toward achieving the goals that you set for them.
Well, Principal Johnson,